Start with a bang, mix in some star power, and turn them loose. That's the Great American Race. The Daytona 500, February 19th, only on Fox.
Let's see how we can turn this up. Is that high?
That's off.
Oh, that's all. All right.
Still off.
Usually this time of year it's kidding with Chris, but we thought cooking with Chris would be fun. Daughters of famous drivers that you'll see on the track.
I'm Abby and I'm 9 years old.
And your dad is?
Eric Almirola.
Okay. And then your name? Audrey? And how old are you?
4.
4? Okay, Audrey. And your dad is? Kyle Larson. Yes, of course. We're going to make some pancakes, which will be kind of fun. I know you probably cook for your dads before they go out to the track.
I brought bacon.
You like bacon too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Okay. So we have our mix right here, okay? All right, then you dump that into there. They crack the egg here, and you throw it right in. Oh, I'm sorry, that's okay.
I accidentally threw the whole egg in it.
There you go. And we'll just throw the shells back there. Don't worry about that. Well, the birds can have that later. You want to pick out which sprinkles you'd want to use. And we have whipped cream. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Put that. You want a little in there? Okay, we'll throw a little in there. What do you think? Should we just pour it?
I think scooping would probably be better.
That should make more. Okay, go for it, Abby. Good. There you go.
That's an extra large pancake.
That's good size. Okay, not too many at one time. Hey, that's good. Have you ever watched that Gordon Ramsay guy? That other guy? Well, this isn't that show. You won't get yelled at. You ever put sprinkles on bacon?
No, but that's a good idea.
You like that?
Try that too.
You like that idea? Okay, we're gonna.
I think it's almost ready.
Need to use this spatula. Oh, that's coming apart. That's what happens sometimes. On a race day, things just don't go as planned.
That one will just have to turn out however it's gonna turn out.
Quite. Oh, we don't want to do that. All right. Well, that's 1, 2, 3.
Good luck in the race. I need to go pee.
Oh, you need to go to the. Okay. Bathroom break. Thanks
Did I squirt the whipped cream in my mouth?
Jimmy, I don't know. We are doing our interview in the kids' playground.
We've spent some time in here with yours.
Yes. Where else are you going to have an interview with 7-time champion? The story of the legend, the legacy of my man Jimmy Johnson, 7-time champion, 83 wins in NASCAR. It's been a hell of a ride. I flipped the page. The only thing it reads is Legacy Motor Club. How did this deal come about?
Being on the racetrack was my top priority, but I was wondering if I could drive with a greater purpose.
7-time champion, back not just as a driver, but as an owner.
I've found that I enjoy the business aspect of our sport, and I have a lot of contacts within our sport and want to give it a shot.
I'm glad you're back.
Yeah.
It's back, everybody. You're the GOAT.
But nobody wins afraid of losing. And the hard roads are the ones we're choosing.
What are the realistic expectations of Jimmy Johnson behind this Carvana car and then the team?
I think long-term wise, we have a lot of growing to do as a race team, and that's the exciting part for me. I think that Eric and Noah have very promising careers, both very young guys. We've got to be smart as an organization and say, all right, we have expectations for this first year, but let's look at second year, third year, fifth year, where we're going and plot that progress.
We retired together, Jimmy.
We did.
Retired. We were supposed to go off into the sunset, go do things that we've never done before, go on vacations.
What's that?
I felt like when he climbed out of that car for that final race in 2020, that was it for Jimmy Johnson as far as NASCAR.
After all the success, why are you back?
I have an opportunity to do something different in the sport, to continue my legacy or start a new legacy as a car owner. It just feels right. Like I really want to be a part of this.
Well, you earned it. You earned it.
Certainly.
All right. You know what this show's all about. This is the Daytona 500, the granddaddy of them all. You're back in this. It's your 20th. You're great. You're the oldest guy in the field. You know that?
Oh, I did not. Thanks for that news.
But you know what else? Do not ever count this man out. That's what I made a mistake of in my driving career. Can you win this Daytona 500?
I think I have a really good chance to be competitive and in the mix.
Two dreams come true or what?
This is unbelievable.
It's always a
chance. That's all you're asking for.
How are you doing? I'm just enjoying this freezing cold.
Yeah, it got cold today, didn't it?
It did.
Flop that on us.
This is retired life right now, right? Beach chairs, sun, palm trees. So I found some photos that I want to share with you. This is, do you recognize this?
Oh man. You weren't part of this crew that ran me off the track that day, were you?
I might have been. That photo's 37 years ago.
Yeah.
So one of the cool connections that you and I have is that our kids now are racing together.
The biggest thing that I've realized since Keelan started racing is how much I like racing.
Right.
And it really rejuvenated me, and I looked around and I'm like, look at the parents and look at the kids and look at the passion. Why are you frustrated with your job ever?
What about this cutie? What kind of racing we got going on here?
That says a lot about Piper in general. And I'm a little fearful of Piper, to be honest with you.
What's it like with her being on the track?
Racing is really about more than racing. It's about trying to teach them how to be good people, because there's so many life lessons to learn at the racetrack that
winning or losing, right?
Winning, yeah, you got to teach them how to lose.
Yeah.
We've changed direction because of, success, to try to
a bigger challenge, right?
A bigger challenge to have less success, and because losing is much harder to teach them. Racing with kids is very much a mental game.
It's like by far the most frustrating thing that you'll ever do, but also the most gratifying. Did winning here in 2007 make you appreciate the magnitude of this race and make you want to win it even more every time you come back?
It's the one race of the year that the cars are prepared the best from every team in the field. They put everything that they've got, and being able to win that race and really understand the significance of the Daytona 500 and how many greats of our sport have won that race, but also putting into perspective how many of our greats haven't won that race.
Harvick's getting a run off turn 4. It's going to be a drag race. Side by side, right to the line. Big crash. Here they come. Checker flag. Harvick. Congratulations for Kevin Harvick.
So if you can pick one race this year, last year racing, pick one race to win, is this it?
This is it.
It is.
Yeah, I think the only problem that I would have if I won the Daytona 500 again, I might not come back next week. I might just start.
So good.
I might just start a year early.
That's so good.
I'm not surprised about anything. Congratulations. I'm sure I'm complaining and I'm whining and I'm a crybaby.
Early in your career, you gave a quote that I think is compelling in its clarity. I'd rather people dislike me for who I am than like me for someone I'm not.
Makes sense. Still to today. I agree. We're the top echelon of motorsports, and we got guys that have never won late model races. It's pathetic. I'm a fiery guy, and I've shown my rear end a few times, and so it may not always come off very well, but there's some guys that are out here that are two-faced, and they want to be your friend, but then on the racetrack, they'll not be your friend. But what you see with me is what you get.
Reports out of Mexico today stated that Kyle Busch was found to have a handgun in his luggage. Busch was detained once the weapon was discovered.
If anything, what did you learn from what happened?
I think the biggest thing is just being a little bit more careful with my concealed carry, obviously. I've made a statement on that already, so I'd like to just kind of leave it at that and focus on coming out here and winning the great American race, the Daytona 500.
Kyle Busch making the change and going over to Richard Childress Racing, which is huge.
I know Kyle Busch. I just don't know how this is going to work.
Sitting here a year ago, what did you think your future was with Gibbs Racing?
I thought I was going to be able to stay at JGR with Toyota and all the folks there with the relationship that I had for 15 years.
Yeah.
It was Coach's personal money. He was putting up his personal money to pay me. And I was like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. Like, that's just not right.
How did you first learn of the interest from Childress?
It was funny. Austin Dillon called me. I looked at my phone and I'm like, what the hell does he want? So I picked up the phone and I was like, yo, what's up? How's it going? And he got to the point and was like, well, where are you racing next year? How do you feel about coming over to RCR and being with us? And I was like, have you talked to your grandfather yet? There's no way, right? Like, this isn't real. There was some dark days there where we battled it out on the racetrack and off the racetrack a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it all came true.
I'm proud of you.
Kyle Busch, even though he's had a tremendous amount of success already, his best years could still be in front of him.
Pat Riley once said, there's only two things. There's winning and there's misery.
Yes, I can see that. I could agree with that. Sometimes there's misery in winning as well, too. To me, I feel like once you start being comfortable or being okay with the things that you've done and the things that you've accomplished, you're going to start being on the downslope. What else out there is there for you to achieve in NASCAR? Well, it's the Daytona 500. I have to win that race. I want to win that race. That's the last official box to check of races that I have not won yet. Like, I don't want anybody to say, but he never won the 500. Like, that's why I have to win that. I don't need any more asterisks on my career than what I might already have.
What would it mean to you to win?
Somebody a couple days ago, they asked me, they were like, have you thought about what your victory lane celebration would be? And I'm like, no, I'm not thinking about what my victory lane celebration is going to be. I'm just going to live it out. And when I win the Daytona 500, that I will try to just take it all in, soak it up, and really slow it down and enjoy and grasp the moment.
It's the Grid Walk, Chris, and I'm here with Bubba Wallace, Stephanie Beaches, and I got a question. Can we talk about Bruno?
Oh, no, we don't talk about Bruno.
No. Can we talk about Bubba?
Let's talk about him. He's right here.
Yeah, I see on your Instagram you're a big Bubba fan, as am I. So you got any advice for him today?
Stay calm. Don't pee your pants.
That's actually great advice.
Yeah, I tell you, as an older driver, yeah. I did that a few times.
Yeah, I have not, so I'm not going to ever.
Beautiful car, beautiful day. Tell me how good it feels, the vibe.
It's great. This is the best I've woken up for a Daytona 500, and that means a lot. It means a lot for our team. McDonald's on our car here. They deserve a win here at the Daytona 500, so we'll get it.
You've been close, pulling for you. Nice to meet you. No. All right, I'm on my way. Find a couple of USFL coaches. This is going to be cool. My buddy Skip Holtz won it all last year. How about that? 11-1, took the championship down. John DeFilippo. That's fun to say. DeFilippo. You say it.
DeFilippo.
Here to perform today's national anthem, please welcome platinum artist and songwriter Breland.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Let's hear it for Breland's performance of our national anthem, along with the United States Air Force Thunderbirds for today's flyover.
65 years of the great American race, the Daytona 500. This starting grid is unlike any other, with the greatest racing legends taking one more unforgettable lap. Leading the pack, it's Lee Petty, the number 42, side by side with his son, Richard.
And who could forget the 1979 Daytona 500?
Cale Yarborough and Donnie Allison certainly won't. It gave us the second most famous words in racing.
And there's a fight.
How about the Dale and Dale show in 1993?
He's going to make it. Dale Jr.'s going to win the Daytona 500.
The Intimidator, Dale Earnhardt, had his moment in 1998. Finally crossed the sport's biggest crown jewel off the list, and the incredible celebration is a moment that is cherished by so many.
And coming down the backstretch,
His two-time 500 winner, Dale Earnhardt Jr. And look who his drafting partner is. What other race do you do the icky shuffle after a win, right, DW?
I won the Daytona 500. I won the Daytona 500.
Three-time winners, first-time winners, photo finishes. This race has had it all. But as the greatest lap ever comes down the front stretch, look who's out ahead of all of them. Richard Petty. Now this is an ending fit for the king.
And there you have it. Give it up for the king, Richard Petty, as he walks away with a checkered flag and the greatest lap. Driver, start your engine!
American stand-up comedian and actress Tiffany Haddish will have that green flag in hand as the field comes off the east banking and turn 4 down the short chute, and things get very silent as we await the green flag.
Pull them belts tight one last time, boys. Light the fires. Showtime.
And the 65th Daytona 500 is underway.
Five and 22 are connected better to the bottom. Right with you out back. Still in line. 5 and 22 are connected. Right with you. Right with you. Your run will come back. There's a 1 gap behind the 22. They're released down there. Still half off of you. Half your lane. Your help is clear of the bottom, still half your lane. Bottom coming back by 2 to the other run. 1 back, you're still clear now.
Alex Bowman spotter Kevin Hamlin doing air traffic control as they come to near 200 miles an hour, completing lap 1. Led by Kyle.
Lowski strong. Uh-oh, Bubba Wallace on pit road.
Dropped to the back of the pack coming off turn number 4.
Some trouble for the 23. Wallace had moved to that top line to get from behind the 14, who he said was unsteady. Well, once he moved to the top line, he got hit into the fence. They had to come pick, guys.
Right side damage to Bubba Wallace. They'll put 2 tires on it. Send it back out. He was running second and completes the stop.
Need to make sure that didn't dent a toe link in the rear. Hit pretty hard. There it is.
That was the bump for Martin Truex.
Turned him right into the wall. I'd say be able to get that. Man, that's a shot. That car's. I'd say if they can get it back to this into the stage, they're going to be needing to check the toe on that thing and maybe even toe link in the rear.
So a little more. Here's Wallace back out trying to get up to speed. And of course he has lost the draft. The field will inhale him here in about a lap or 2.
Move like it.
Wow. First air just screwed the bottom lane big time.
Be 3 wide. Wow. Here we go, Tony.
Don't understand what A.J. Allmendinger's doing there. I don't know why you'd move intentionally to the middle of the track when you got too wide of traffic.
Because that one right there is the lucky dog. The 23 Bubba Wallace had to pit. That's a battle for the lucky dog. That was a smart move. Bold move, but that's what he's racing.
Bubba Wallace and Zane Smith trying to be the first car 1 lap down and get waved back around to the lead lap on the caution. Truex by inches over Keselowski. 1 more lap to the end of stage 1.
I like that move. Brad Keselowski timed those lappers perfect.
And the top lane is boxed in, held up there by Martin Truex.
Yeah, they got stacked up. When you get stacked up like that, everybody, is forced to hit the brakes, and it just accordions. And look at the damage done.
Coming to the caution flag, Brad Keselowski, part owner now of Roush Fenway, Keselowski Racing. He won a dual race here a year ago in the team's new debut, and he's going to win stage 1 as they come to the line and beat Ryan Preece by a car length. First stage win for Keselowski in the Daytona 500, and what a power move by Preece right at the flag.
Already got some gestures out here, Tony. What do you think they are? That one looks aggressive. That one looks like it has all the fingers. I'm telling you, the 11 balls, I don't think he had all 5 fingers out the window. What do you think?
115 laps complete. Joey Logano leading Ryan Blaney and Martin Truex and Chris Buescher. But as the field sorted out after pit stops and everybody got in line, things got a little dicey right here.
We're watching this pack. They're catching the guys that have already come off of pit road and haven't got up to speed yet. And all those cars from behind, big toe. Chris Buescher just trying to not get run over in that scenario.
How about Blaney? You know that spotter, he had an earful of his spotter telling him, block that 45, Reddick, he's coming, and then all of a sudden he shoots down. All right, Truex, block, down, down, down. Big block on Truex. Truex didn't like it. Gave him a shot in the ball.
Eric Jones backing up toward the garage. As you saw in our side-by-side coverage, this Daytona 500 has been a tough one for the 12 of Ryan Blaney and for the 45 of Tyler Reddick.
But where we need to watch is this 45 car and the 4 car on the outside. A little bit of gap here. Kevin closes in contact with the 45. That's what also catches the 12.
And then it's on.
Yeah, it didn't take much. It looked like Tyler was having trouble holding on to it, and as soon as that 4 got back to his bumper in the corner, it just unfortunately turned him right into the 12.
Let's listen to Harvick here.
I just got it in the rock spot of the corner there. I don't know if I actually even touched it, but it just came out from underneath him.
Man, did you see how close Chastain was to that?
Eric Jones, Chase Elliott, Daniel Suarez are all collateral damage.
Suarez hit the outside pretty hard. 9.
One to go, stage 2, and they're even. Chastain and Bowman.
I think it was a coin toss for Ross in all reality. I mean, it's hard to sit there and just keep blocking both lanes, and they were so even. It wasn't like either lane was really getting a huge advantage over the other. Eventually, they're both coming at the same time. You just got to pick one.
First time the Florida melon farmer has led the Daytona 500.
Door to door like this, you're going to have to make a move. Is he going to try to go up the middle, maybe on the outside?
Even top and bottom right there.
Truex
So
in the 19 threw one shot in the backstretch. He hit Logano, who hit Chastain, and that's the difference. To the flag to end stage 2, 3 wide, the 6th row back, and it's Chastain by less than a foot.
Well, let me tell you, I told old Pitbull I'd go for it if he is there. He's there. Ross off the wall, off the chain, Chastain. How about that? Don't you remember that part?
I do remember it. You just say it so much better than I do.
That's right.
Well, I didn't say it better than him, though.
No.
Whoa, by inches.
That was close.
Ross Chastain is your stage. Tony Stewart will join us in Fontana and come back for Atlanta after Danica Patrick joins Clint and me in the booth for Las Vegas and Phoenix. Second caution for cause of this Daytona 500, and it comes at lap 140. There is the debris.
Fairly substantial chunk of it.
This might do it for Ryan Blaney.
Had a lot of damage on that car. Apparently something rubbed on that tire, cut it, and it came off the rim and onto the racetrack. Blaney, of course, was involved in that big accident at lap 119, but was able to make repairs. And
they're wrecking.
Big wreck.
That's a product of catching those cars. Everybody's on a little bit different.
A pileup in turn 1 with 18 laps to go. Michael McDowell, Ryan Preece, Martin Truex among those involved. Kevin Harvick with damage to the right front. And Preece had such a great Daytona 500 going, and it's gone. This will be the 5th caution flag of the day, 3 for cause plus the 2 stage breaks, and the 2nd multi-car pileup of this Daytona 500. Martin Truex thought that 19 would be his lucky number. It's February 19th. It's his 19th Daytona 500. The crash happens with 19 laps to go.
We'll see what happens here when they get to turn 1.
Link them also. You can see the pipes and the 2 car. He was lifting hard, stacks them up behind them. McDowell gets in the back of Preece, turns him around, the rest is history. But I take it back to Gregson. You see that lap car that they were going around. Always movement like that creates them stacking up.
And Ryan Preece has driven to the garage. The Berlin, Connecticut driver had a great 500 going. And you'll see the accordion-like contact here in that upper lane. Just all piles together.
When you see that fireball come out of the pipes, that means they lift. That raw fuel's in the pipes all the way out of the gas, and it just so on and so forth, stacked them all the way up through the field. Finally, one of them got spit out.
Back in 1998, that would be the win, boys. Yeah, you're right. You're right. All right, man. We're going to have a green-white checker here. We're plenty good on fuel, so.
You have to lead at the white flag, because if that caution comes out, you're done. The race is over. There's a
Suarez around. Off turn 4. Caution waves.
South, come straight to us here. Right side.
Well, that changes everything.
It sure does.
And that is not what Pop wanted to see right there.
Nope.
By Larson.
And around goes the 3. Crash in turn 3.
That fast. Unbelievable.
And that will decimate roughly half the remaining field.
We always say it, cautions breed cautions.
7th caution flag.
That is not at all what you wanted to see, RC.
Not sure how that started, except that Austin Dillon got turned.
They all got stacked up. He got into the back of Kyle Busch, had him sideways, jacked up. They had to lift, accordions.
So how did the energy build back there to take the lead away from the Childress cars?
It all starts when you do the crossover. Jimmy Johnson, heavy damage for him, doing everything he needed to do to be a part of this finish. But it all starts on the crossover. We've seen this before. When he makes that move and crosses over, it takes time to build that energy back up when it stacks them up. That all carried back around to the back straightaway to what you see right here.
Christopher Bell drops in, and Dillon may have got a shot from William Byron. Maybe not. Not sure from that angle, but up he went and down he came.
Dillon got in the back of Busch and had to check up. When he did, it stacked William and everybody up behind him. They turned him. The rest is history. That's just a product of it. It's go time. Green, white, checkered. You knew that was about to happen.
But aside from that, great move by Ricky Stenhouse.
Harrison Burton. And we'll ride along with Noah Gragson. There's Gragson off to the left. We'll ride with him next.
Nothing you can do. Walk for the ride. Where's he going to go? They're both going to get to him pretty hard, pretty quick.
All right, Stenhouse gets the white flag. The next flag ends it. 3 wide.
Well, good. You got the help.
Larson tried to go to the middle. Oh, he got turned.
Larson Pastrana in the fence. We are still green. No, the caution is out. And we'll wait for official word on whether Ricky Stenhouse or Joey Logano has won the Daytona 500.
Come to the checker first, baby.
Christopher Bell in the mix. Those 3 cars out in front of the crash.
Slow down.
They'll have to cross the line, but one of them
locked in.
will win the Daytona 500.
What is Bell doing here? Oh.
On the track, caution and checker.
Chevy, Ford, Stenhouse, Logano. Here is how this will be decided. It is not the flag. It is not the caution lights. It is NASCAR's decision as to where those 2 cars were when the button was pushed to activate the caution, and Ricky Stenhouse has won the Daytona 500.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Daytona 500 winner. Let me tell you, that's been a long time coming. That boy has been aggressive. He's been close. He's been knocking on the door on a track like this, and it's finally his turn. Daytona 500. That does not surprise me, Tony.
No,
not one bit.
He's fantastic on the super speedways like this, and he, like you mentioned earlier, he's very aggressive, but he's aggressive in a way that gets him to the front. It's not a reckless way. He just is going to do everything he can to get there.
Man. Look above your head. Look on that roll bar. I see it, boys. I see it.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. It has been a long time coming. The one difference, Mike Kelly, your crew chief, is back. You won 2 championships together, and now you won the Daytona 500. Was it just magic together that made the difference here?
Yeah, I think this whole offseason, Mike just preached how much we all believed in each other. They left me a note on the car that said they believe in me and to go get the job done tonight. I made a few mistakes. We were able to battle back. This Kroger Continental team worked really, really hard this offseason. Great pit stops, Hendrick engines, glad a Chevy won. Man, this is unbelievable. This is the site of my last win back in 2017. We've worked really hard. We had a couple shots last year to get a win and fell short. It was a tough season, but man, we got it done. Daytona 500.
You have a knack for this style of racing, and we went into overtime, so you had to do it a couple of times and earn it. What were those moments like, and what were you watching? What made the difference initially at the end?
Yeah, when the 8 went to the bottom there, I was able to push the 22 and the 5. We had a huge run. I was hoping we were going to get to the white there, and we didn't, so I knew I was going to take the top. I was hoping the 22 was going to follow, and he did. He was able to push us out. I went to the bottom, the 8 and the 22, got a huge run. The 5, split me in the middle, but another fellow dirt racer with Bell gave me a good shot down the little short chute into 1. And, man, we were out front when the caution came out. We were out of fuel, so the fuel light was going crazy. But, man, I hope y'all had fun. That was a heck of a race.
Daytona 500, Joey, you had a clear shot out front. You could see where you needed to be. What are the emotions right now?
Second's the worst, man. He was so close, and leading the white flag lap there is up front. Kyle gave me a good push, and you're watching in the mirror, and you're 3 wide across there, and I felt like the 3 wide was going to hurt a lane. It looked like Kyle was getting pushed ahead, and then Ricky started getting pushed ahead, and I knew if I went to the bottom, my car didn't handle good enough, and I already got pushed off the bottom once, and I thought if I go down there, I'm probably going to get wrecked, and I don't know if I can get down there in time to throw the block, and so I didn't want to wreck my car either, and I don't know. And then you don't expect them to wreck. Like, you think you're racing to the checkered flag, and you put yourself in the best position to try to win at the start-finish line, and just caution came out. Yeah, you wish you could race to the end. Obviously, you can't, right, when they wreck that much. But congratulations to Ricky, obviously. I mean, there's nothing like winning the Daytona 500. That's why it stings so much finishing second. But still proud of the team, still proud of the effort coming off the championship last year and bringing this Shell Pennzoil Mustang back towards the front and getting a Ford close to the front.